Sup goats, it's Joe, and welcome back to a new live reaction and review. And today, we're going to be taking a look at some Interval Audio. Interval Audio, underground music label, ran by Troy Dildar. They initially started out pushing underground tear out and rhythm, but very quickly expanded their horizons to the point where now 6 years after their inception, even genres like hard wave, rock, and rap have been released under the label. So yeah, definitely the most diverse underground music label I've seen of any sphere, of any genre. And my favorite label personally. Inching closer to that 20K follower mark on SoundCloud. But today, they've released another compilation, or not today, but tomorrow actually, depending on when this video drops, Without God Season 11. The 11th iteration of Interval's most conceptual storytelling comp series, the Without God WG series, my personal favorite of theirs as well. And yeah, bro, stacked lineup as always, 25 tracks to get through. So we're back to the long comps, but again, when it comes to Interval, I do make an exception. If we're any other label, I would be very irritated. But yeah, bro, I say we hop right into this. Track 1 is Ringneck with Insect. Now. Oh wait, by the way, shout out to Troy for sending me this 2 or 3 days early, and apparently there's only like 4 dubstep tracks on this one, so I'm really excited. Based off the producers, I can tell like what's going to be in store for us, the producers I know at least. But yeah, Troy always has something up his sleeves, so I'm gonna just dive straight into this head first, without a clue as to what's going on. But again, track 1, Ringneck Insect. Love Ringneck. Don't fully know how to sum up their music, but it's fire. Yeah. I like this weird pitching going on. The way the Reese hits with the vocal. The kick. Oh, I love those droney sounds. And this little two-steppy trap rhythm here. I really love these droney notes, honestly. That's making the tune for me. It's really goosebump inducing. I like the messy vocal harmonizing too. No, it gives it that DIY appeal. Yeah, bro, this is really nice. I like this a lot. Alternative hip-hop type stuff, psychedelic flair. Some of the pitch correction / auto-tune was a little stiff at points, but I can easily oversee that. This is nice. I don't know if the vocals are Ringnecks, no poos or not, but I like those as well. Lyrics were interesting as well, dude. Ringneck really knows how to make an intro track and outro track, especially an interlude song. Who Am I to You? Still my favorite, but yeah, that was really sick as well. Track 2, Teneki Advocate's Theme. Mid-tempo? Oh, yes, sir. Okay, the acapella sick. Nice cyberpunky style. I'm fucking with this. The sub is loud as hell. This part is tough, bro. The filtering, the minimalism. Oh, the little hi-hat rolls. With time, this might be one of my top Teneki songs. I feel like this is gonna grow on me a lot. And that little panning. Oh, that's it? I was really getting into that. But I appreciate him cutting it off before it got too repetitive. Okay, it seems like he's building towards something here that's going to essentially climax and end out the song. Oh, never mind. It's ending out pretty mellow. That was nice as well. That was really cool. Loved how industrial it was. And when it comes to Teneki overall, great producer. Not only is he a wizard at making hard wave, neo stuff, every so often you get this really left field song from him that just stands on its own as a creation in itself, and this shit is fire. Now when it comes to his dubstep, I'm a little iffy on it, like Nests off of Interim 6 I didn't like all too much, but this is really sick, bro. That was cool. Track 3, Alasen with Nosebleed. Never heard of this person. I like the clipping. The distortion is cool, and these pauses. Ooh. I like how the song builds on itself with every pause. And I'm getting used to the swing of the snare especially. I know I don't like when trap producers offset that shit too much, but it works in this case. It threw me off at first, but I'm getting into it. Like, if you really pay attention, the snare does hit a little earlier than it usually would. Yeah, the modulation here is sick. Beautiful chords. Wow. Interesting as shit. I love that second section, how luscious it was and warped. The swelling sort of outro. There's two very distinct parts to this song, and they make it fit together pretty well to make for a cohesive listen. You know, at first it's one of your typical underground trap beats, you know, catchy, and then it morphs into something entirely different, much more interesting. But overall, as a whole, I thought it was cool. I feel like the uniqueness really started to come in with that latter half. Yeah, pretty solid. ANTIKVNG, Heave the Darkness. Since when is his name all in caps? I didn't expect this type of groove to come in. There it is. Crazy Phil. He put in the fucking wheel up sound. To hear that in a trap metal song is weird. Heavy snare too. I thought we were gonna get something a little different from him based off those guitars drenched in effects and shit, but I never complain when it comes to ANTIKVNG's standard trap metal approach. Why is he blue balling us? Has it dropped now? Nope, it hasn't. And he's just gonna continuously blue ball us into the end of the song. Alright, thanks, bro. I do wish the final breakdown would have resolved itself at least. Sure, the tension was crazy, but he was leaving out snares and shit. But yeah, that second half the beat didn't play out in full for a solid 2 bars without any sort of fill interrupting it or a snare being left out. It's like it's continuously restarting the drop. Because of that and how brief the first breakdown was, I felt like the song was a little unfinished, but it's classic ANTIKVNG. So I definitely like the sound of it a lot. Just the gruesome appeal of it. And yeah, those staple surging trap metal basses of his in this tune as well. So, not his best, but I liked it for sure. Katch with Gamakas now. Katch is a producer I've been waiting to cover because I like his music a lot. Makes some of the wonkiest, wackiest, weirdest music. I think he put out an EP 1 or 2 years ago on Monsters, like the OG Monsters label that Obey and AD and Infect were part of back in the day, and that shit was fire. I love to see somebody put their own modern spin on OG classical rhythm like that, but I know he has a lot of experimental shit too. Alright, vocal sample, pure hi-hats. I'm waiting for his bass design to come in, because I know it's going to be so good. And there it is. Some of it at least. Toughest song so far. His style put into the neuro format I don't think it could have worked any better. This song's my favorite so far. It's fucking fire. You hear remnants of that classical clunky rhythm sound in there, but it's more or less just straight neurofunk almost. The way the bass design throbs and pulses down below. This shit is garbled, twisted, and thick, like I love my sounds to be, bro. Another Katch W for the books. OmegaMode, Infestation. I know I'm not a big bro step guy, but I'm still intrigued. It kind of sounds like the Teneki song. Drums and the way this is progressing. This buildup is amazing. And the detuned riser. I like the direction it's going in. Okay. Okay, the progression is growing on me. Alright. That was fine. That Reese is very nice. Is it just me, or was the midsection a little too quiet? Especially now, listening to this build-up that's much louder. Yeah, there's the bro step. But it's not bad. I like that sound right there. The counter melodies is really what's getting me. They stick out in the mix. They don't wash together with everything else. I wanna like this more than I do. Yeah, so look. When it comes to the mid-tempo-y, cyberpunky music style, I'm all for it. I love the sound of it. I love the aesthetic of it. That super cool song from an interval comp from last year, I think was WG9 maybe. This Teneki song right here, really sick. This song, too redundant for me. Overstayed its welcome, most definitely. I mean, it's 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Progression was a bit standard. It was a little basic, what you would expect from a cyberpunky type song. And sure, the basses were grungy, and it was pretty industrial and heavy. And I like how he put his own little bro step spin on the second drop. I don't know much of OmegaMode's music, but I'd expect him to go for something in that exact direction. And yeah, like I said, the counter melodies were really cool because they stood out in the mix. Didn't follow what everything else was doing. It's just a bit standard for me. Outside of the bro step incorporation, which was pretty unique to OmegaMode, in the whole sphere of this cyberpunky sound, this wasn't too special in my opinion. Melodically, progression-wise, yeah. I'd much rather listen to an Extra Terra, for example, or like I said, the Teneki song, than I'd listen to this song. Because it's just kind of predictable. But I assume he doesn't go in this direction all too much, so it might sound better with time if he continues to produce it. But that's just my opinion at the end of the day. Like the direction, but not entirely for me. Punishment, Phantoms. I don't remember the clip, but I'll recognize it as soon as the drop hits. I remember Phantoms like the clip, but I don't remember how it goes. Yeah, this is nutty already. I love these acid bass intros he's doing. Oh, this fake out build up. That pan snare is majestic. The blue balling. This sounds a little older actually, like old Punishment. Based off the chain gun sound, like that gnarly, gnashing, gurgly sound. That was loud as hell. Oh, the backing sound is nice. Standard machine gun madness from him. I can't hate. I mean, I know I'm gonna enjoy it off rip. I don't know. I did not expect this tune to sound the way it did, because it sounds like much older Punishment. The quality is obviously up to par with everything he's been doing, but just the sound overall. Now, the blue balling he does with leaving out drums and shit in the drop, the almost fake out parts in the middle of the drops, I know that is something modern Punishment would do. But outside of that, he used some pretty classic sound design of his that I haven't really heard being put to use in years from him. At least not in this way. I definitely prefer other shit of his like Calamity, or if we're talking about Clips, Bloodstained. But again, the standard for Punishment's music is way up here. So this is just slightly not as good as everything else he puts out. So in layman's terms, this song is pretty dang good. I like that little song he sampled in the middle too. Somebody let me know what that's called on some Billie Holiday shit. But let's get to DK and Secrecy with KINGPIN. I think Secrecy said this is their like 6th collab. Probably won't top Voltage, but I'm still excited. Their last collab, Serenity, I didn't like all too much, so I love this 808 and the beat overall. What's that vocal in the back from? To be honest, this is one of my favorite intros of theirs ever. I like this beat section a lot more. Wow. That rearing sound. It was decent. It wasn't too bad. I don't know if it's a SoundCloud thing, but the mix down isn't up to par with other DK and Secrecy songs, even their collabs. I mean, I didn't like Serenity that much, and I already know that the mix down to that was much better than this. Yeah, the drops going into the switch, that transition feels kind of incoherent. I'd assume it's because one producer worked on one drop. Yeah, quality-wise, this isn't really up to standard with their collabs, their solo tracks, I feel like. I really enjoyed the background layering, the acapellas and backing sounds. That shit was sick. A-section main ideas, the machine gun flows, I wasn't too fond of in both drops. The progression makes it a little better, the B section and the switches I like. But yeah, pronunciation of sound, the ideas having that lightning in a bottle effect that take DK songs like Scorpion and Pots and Pans song. This tune doesn't have that. And even Voltage, for a collab, it's put together pretty well, but nothing too crazy about this tune that really got me. It's okay. Amvars and PFISTA with Decapitate Standard. It's been a while since I've enjoyed PFISTA's music. I like a lot of his old shit, but his newer stuff. And I'm not really a fan of Amvars stuff either, so I can only hope for the best here. This isn't too bad, actually. Variations there. Yeah, but the machine guns are muddy as shit. The growl sound design is pretty cool, but like how sloshy and muddy some of the sounds are, I can't get into. And that's the main reason why I cannot get into any of PFISTA's newer stuff. See, I like this. The movement of the basses is sick. Now, the pronunciation of them is a different story, but I like that little sustain note in the back. Cool contrast. The snare is really nice too. I feel like I'd like this a lot more if the sounds sounded better. Funnily enough, those sounds were probably the best produced of the whole tune. Yeah, the funk sections and the non-drop sections were cool. Didn't work all too well with everything else going on. Just the bells, but yeah, just the sound design here. It's too muddy. That's what drags this song down for me. It softens the impact of the drops too. It makes them much more dull. And it wasn't even like a mixed down thing. It was just the way the sound sounded is my main problem with this. Something cleanlier next time around, and this would have been sick. Because again, the variation and the progression definitely was there. That's kind of unfortunate. SYNTHEZR. I think that's how you pronounce that name. Desolate. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, I'm ready for some techno. Yeah, bro. Okay, I am very excited right now. I'm actually really excited right now. Oh, I love dark techno so much, bro. Check out my Spotify playlist, by the way. Link is in the description. Don't tell me this is the drop, though, because I like the kicks to be a little punchier. The whole idea I love. Oh, I really wish the kicks would be punchier. I like the dropletty sounds in the back. These cymbals are sick. It's just the kicks are too... they're too oomphy. Redundant midsection. That arpeggio kind of switched up, but there could definitely be more going on. This drop is falling apart for me, unfortunately. I want to like this a lot, but that sound is a little too squealy, and again, the kicks aren't coming through. Damn, this tune has potential too, but... yeah, this is annoying at this point. I don't like the structuring either. It's a bit random. I'll check this out on some headphones later because I'm really interested to see if the mix gets better on different sound systems. That was a letdown, unfortunately. It sounded so promising in the intro. The structuring is arbitrary. The kicks don't fully come through on these speakers at least, and that squealy sound that complements the techno kicks I couldn't get into. I really wanted to enjoy this one. And I love to see Troy signing something like this in hopes of something like this, maybe better produced, will land on another compilation in the future, but that might be my least favorite so far. Believe me, I was so hyped when the song came in. But cool direction. Again, I appreciate the approach. I do a lot. I just wish it was attached to some quality production as well. Okay. JG Dubs, Life Snatcher, VIP. Now, the OG Life Snatcher is growing on me so much. I thought it was pretty cool at first, but I like it more than Menace now. It's my favorite JG song right now. So, I hope this doesn't disappoint. And it probably won't. Okay, something entirely different. Are the synths being volume automated? I'm not sure what to make of that. Yeah, this bubbly sound is cool. I don't know if I'm really fucking with the triplet delivery though. It's definitely a step down from the OG. That's cool. There's a couple things missing for me in this song. Mainly the aura that the original Life Snatcher has, that it sinks you into. These non-drop sections are way too minimal, I feel like, way too skeletal. Yeah, and the drop is just a little chaotic. I enjoyed the simplicity of the original. And this is a little goofy too. The fake out is lackluster too. He does cool things with the bass sounds. I'll give him that. This drop works better than the first. Okay. Yet again, kind of a letdown. Again, the original Life Snatcher had this ambiance about it, you know? And the sound design didn't fill up the mix like this tune's sound design does. This one's a little chaotic, it's a little goofy, a little random. The sound design in and of itself, I do really enjoy. It's classic JG Dubs, he just does what he wants. Has this light, classical rhythm clunk to it that I enjoy as well. But as a whole, this feels lackadaisical. Just the alternation of different sound design as well. It feels far from calculated like the OG Life Snatcher is. So this is one of my lesser favorite JG Dub songs for sure. As a finished product, I'm not too big on it. I think more rudimentary approaches suit his style more than just the sound design doing whatever the way it did on this song. So yeah, that was a letdown, unfortunately. I don't fully dislike it because of the sound design, but I'm not sure I'll be going back to it. Retina, Fangs. I like the atonal shit going on. I love that beat. This would be techno too, right? Just much slower. I love how atonal this song is overall, bro. And then that beat just comes in. Oh wow, the reverb to the snare. And that insistent sub. This is cool. It's getting redundant, yes. I don't need anything drastic, but I need enough variation to carry the song. And I'm not getting it here. It's a vibe though. I'm immersed, for sure. It's tiring for sure. Really sick, unique vibe. I just wish there'd be more going on to carry the progression. It's unique as shit though. I'll give it that. And yeah, I appreciate the kicks being a little more insistent in the second drop. It wasn't enough, unfortunately. I mean, I would expect more variation to be in a song that's 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Maybe the style that they were going for is to keep it minimal, you know? But it's, for my personal taste, it's too repetitive. I go back to this just for vibe, for a cool minute maybe, and then turn it back off, me personally. Halfway through this comp, a lot of songs here that I'm just not fully fulfilled with. Either too short or too long with lack of progression. And it's unfortunate, you know, because some really sick ideas, as always with an interval comp. Manicious, Facade of Cognizance. 620, goodness gracious. I'm really intrigued though, because Manicious, based off that one song I listened to of theirs on the last comp, makes some really unique stuff. Not 100% for me. I hope this one is more my speed, but I'm still hyped. Intro's beautiful. Intro's fucking mesmerizing. I love the choir with those jingly sounds in the back. Whatever the hell that is. This is amazing. Just hard transition from the field recording stuff into this. I like that. I hear some crows or something. See, this is slow, but it keeps me interested, you know? It's not repetitive or redundant at all. It just all has purpose. And it's building hype in me for whatever's gonna come in. This is one of the best composed pieces I've heard on interval period. This is almost on Extant Eternum level. And it's not even that, you know, complicated, not that intricate. Is this just a straight ambient piece? I'll take that as well. But I love the ARP in the back. Yeah, this is some soundtrack shit. This could have been a perfect intro to this comp, actually. I liked Insect too, but I like it as an interlude too, though. Come on now. And this build up blue balls you too. That fucking organ. Fuck. Really, my only drawback with this song is some of the build-ups make it seem like it's building to something greater than what actually happens. You know, there was one build-up that just led into one impact and then the song cooling back off. But outside of that, the composition to this thing is basically perfect. I love the little orchestral bits as well. Or not little orchestral bits, extensive orchestral pieces. I love those. And yeah, Manicious, whoever you are, keep making unique shit. It's grand. It's harrowing. It's different. It's just different. And this is the first song on this comp over like 4.5 minutes where I was thoroughly invested and fully satisfied with it, despite there not being a quote-unquote drop. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed that. That's probably going to be a favorite off the comp. SAIKO Hellraiser with Luxury and School Prod. Difficult to get into at first, but a cool drop. Ugh. The little X sample. Some of the most powerful trap metal basses I've heard in a minute. Wow. See, this one blue balls you also a little, but it's not as annoying as it was on the ANTIKVNG song. You know, it brings it back and it makes it even punchier. That was cool. That was cool. I like it more than the ANTIKVNG tune too. Just trying to compare songs that are similar in style with each other, you know, like I did with the Teneki, the OmegaMode song. But yeah, I enjoy that. And again, how crazy the bass line went, jumping around different notes and shit, pitching up. I love when producers that go in this trap metal-esque route do that. Do I like it more than the other SAIKO song? I think it was a collab of like 3 people on the last compilation, 6th interval. Do I like it more? I don't think I do, but it's almost on par. I like this one a lot as well. 3 distinct breakdowns. The second one was pretty abrasive, and the third one, the bass just went nuts with the pitching and shit. And yeah, pretty boisterous and grandiose, which is what I need from this type of music. Pretty cool. Ampower, Us Together. Okay, we got some slasher wave. Very interesting. I like that right there. Cool. The acapella doesn't work. That splice acapella. Maybe it's because I've heard it in so many dubstep songs, but I don't like the way it's in there. I appreciate the switch up. Just ends out just abruptly tape stopping, dipping out in pitch. But that was pretty cool. I usually don't listen to this style of music. The only reason I know the term slasher wave is because I listened to a little of, what's the producer's name? Ghost back in the day, G-O-S-T. which is like, I think, the main person that does this style of music. Yeah, it's essentially metal combined with synthwave, and in some cases I do enjoy it a lot. On this case, I liked it. It was kind of nice. I was gonna say 3 minutes and 40 seconds is a little long for this tune, halfway through it, but the complete switch up, the way the song went even more metal, I feel like that was fitting. Yeah, not 200% my speed, but definitely good for what it is. Some of the more screechy, squealy sounds are an acquired taste, but they work well with those main grungy basses. And yeah, the riffing was kind of solid too, so that was cool. Ferlite, BeatStars Beat 03. That switch up was sick with the added synths, the added melodicity. Tempo switch up is fitting. Okay, I was gonna say at first, the first beat drop, a little basic musically, you know, melodically wasn't doing much, but then the added melodies hit. And yeah, this second part, I love the messy presentation, the vocal chopping and shit, how punchy the kick in 808 is. And yeah, this is a cool beat overall, and it doesn't overstay its welcome either. Pretty cute on the ear, the melodicity, punchy, impactful beat. I couldn't have asked for more. That's solid. F2, Cloven. Interesting build. This build is really interesting. Seamless transition into the breakbeat. Cool transition again, but the section itself doesn't really feel cohesive with the rest of the song. It's missing that melody. I wish that melody was in there. That was a quirky little listen though. I actually like that quite a bit. Finally some life being injected into this compilation, you know? After these handful of songs. Cool little minimalism at the beginning. The build, for real, I have to mention it again, the build is sick. And the teeny tiny little blips of chords that come in, you know? That's really sick. I like how warbly and glossy the sound design gets as the tune develops. Just wish, again, that melody would be in that little final section. What was it, like house-esque? Nah, not house, just like mid-tempo. The little mid-tempo section, I wish that the melody was in there. You know, the sound design was still really quirky and cool, but just the melody, just another layer with a little melody brought in from the sections beforehand to, you know, finish it out. That would have rounded out the song as a whole. Outside of that, I like this, especially the sound design. Sounds like they wanted to do a lot, but couldn't do that much in a 2-minute time space. Maybe if this tune was 3 minutes, it'd feel more fleshed out. But I wouldn't say the brevity is necessarily a drawback for this song, you know, because it was pretty jumpy and sprite-like in the moment. Just brought forth that burst of energy, and that's really all I needed. So, again, pretty nice, pretty dang cool. Kaito paid. Too much vocal chopping, in my opinion. It's obnoxious. The rest is interesting. The textures are crazy, actually. I like the bottom end sounds a lot. Greasy, garbled texture type shit. Big, booming sub bass. but the top layering, the vocal samples and shit are kind of annoying. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. And this does not feel fleshed out whatsoever, I gotta say. This just feels like a clip, like an idea. Just enough progression to keep it from sounding boring, and there was a lot of layering all throughout this tune, so it couldn't necessarily get boring. But I feel like there's no next step to this song. It just feels like an idea stretched out for 1:42. That's unfulfilling. And I didn't even like it that much. Again, cool bass design, weird vocal chopping for sure. I really don't know what to make of that. Yeah, just too yelpy for me. I don't know. Arael, SKYFALL. So far, Arael's given me a lot of reasons to enjoy their music, so I'm hyped. And finally, some hard wave. Off rip, the buildup is great. Doesn't do much. That little break bass was cool, and the drums are great. The chords are so full. Let me turn my light on slowly. Yeah, bro, this is what's up. Beautiful progression too. The pacing of the song is perfect, really. Everything. The sectioning, the structuring. Oh, that's beautiful. That art. It's a favorite. Ah, that little bass break fill shit. This is just a great hard wave song overall. No complaints. Those are my thoughts. And the length of the tune is in the Goldilocks zone too. Not too long, not too short. That was really, really, really good. I need to check out more of Arael's stuff. Because again, I've enjoyed everything they've done on Intervals. So yeah, bro. Really, really good. It's a highlight. TEARZ, Reflective. Some funk house with like a little wave influence. That snare is so satisfying. Amazing progression again. I love the timbre of the synths he's using. Giving me some Lost Century vibes, definitely. This tune indeed is very reflective. I like it a lot. Great song. That. Alright, fresh stuff. Devil Eyes. More house. I'm hyped. Love the bass line. Great vocal chopping. Oh, that kick pattern. Oh, that bass line is nasty, bro. I love it. Again, pacing is perfect here. No complaints. Melodically, it might not be anything crazy for me personally, but I still like this a lot. You know, it has this little solid melodic motif running through it, and that's all it needs. Very solid. Very fucking solid. Alright, let's just hop to the next one. Not much to say about these tunes. They're just well developed and good all around. Damnasie. It has to be sometimes. I remember this from the showcase. I thought it released already. I love it though. It probably is like a Magic game sort of situation where the song in full is already dropped, but Troy wants to essentially re-release it to help it get even more traction and more attention. I'm waiting for that. Yes! Speak of the devil. Duh. How pinprick the kick is too. The vocal chopping here now is expertly crafted. I love how lo-fi the melody is, how it's washed out into the background. I can't get enough of that bass line, honestly, bro. How stereo just bouncing, just throbbing in the forefront. Shit is huge. Fuck. The juxtaposition is insane. I think I already stated this in the showcase reaction too. Of the just mellow melody in this bass. And the song doesn't do a lot either, you know, but it's a vibe. And the snare too. Dreamy ass tune. It's a highlight. It's a highlight. Even though I already knew it. It's a highlight. Akrasia, Somber Dreams. Okay, some weird pitching yet again. Got some boom bap. See, the percussion here is also a little offset, but in a boom bap context, it feels much more natural. I think that's how they used to do it too with their sequencing machines in the 90s. I don't think they were 100% on rhythm either. Beautiful. Vibe switch. The whole mood just flipped on its head. What the hell is this, Luke? Biggie sample? Oh, that was tough. Not the best idea to vape while you have a cold, but oh, that was tough. Good lord. Yeah, I smell the Drevum influence coming back slowly but surely. He's gotten really good at this style. Yeah, I think this is faster too than the first section. That melody is horrifying. It's not even matched with the tempo of the song. Punishment type beat. Do I hear Discord sounds? See, this is how you keep the sections interesting, you know? Those airy sustain notes switch up. It gets more intense for some reason. I think the ambience is just a little more, you know, saturated overall. That was really sick. Just the atonaliness of this outro. Shit. Also a highlight. Diedlonely and haydys, meant to be. Just speeding through this last leg here. But got some quality shit towards the end here. Oh, wow. That was an Osborne Frost moment where the intro's just so mesmerizing off rip. Perfect reverb to that snare. And the just purposeful rhythm of the percussion overall. Fucking vocals beautiful. Right up my alley. Nice break there. Real excited for this second drop. I'm getting some Clams Casino vibes from that vocal. I don't know why. Just from the song overall. I like how present the melody is now, without the vocal and shit. Very venturing, purposeful tune here. Ah, damn. Okay, sorta unfulfilling there. I mean, the outro was nice and all, but if the drop was just 8 bars longer, it would have been perfect. Everything else is amazing, and it's probably still gonna land as one of my highlights because I love that melodicity, everything. Yeah, just 8 more bars to that final drop. That's all I needed, really. But again, it's still really fucking good and might make the list for my favorites. How do you pronounce this dude's name? Willix 434. Also have heard a lot of good shit from him. I love the side chaining and the almost kick roll that opened up everything. Melancholia is strong with this one. Key switch. Is it just slowed? Gorgeous song. Gorgeous song. I wouldn't even categorize it as fully wave. It's kind of more inspired. It's ambient with a trap beat on top. Fuck, I'm gonna have a hard time choosing favorites from this last third of the compilation because it's so dang good. Thoroughly enjoyable songs for me. Yeah, that was this comp. Alright, I have about 3 minutes left on the camera, so I gotta talk quick. This compilation as a whole, obviously really good because it is interval, but it does have its low points. There's a lot of songs here with sick ideas that don't get developed thoroughly enough. There's some mid tracks on here for sure for me as well. Some disappointing songs, and Troy did say he was gonna bring something different, and yeah. I think I only enjoyed one of the 4 dubstep songs entirely, which was Phantoms, but everything else we get here, shit, this stuff was left field. We got a dark techno song, a whole bunch of trap beats, hard wave, trap metal, and a lot of stuff that I couldn't even categorize if I tried. But yeah, quality wise, it is what I expect from a WG compilation. For the most part, some great stuff on here. As for favorites, fuck me. So I'm gonna say Manicious 434, Meant to Be. It has to be sometimes. It's gonna be so difficult. I'll go for 7 instead of 6. The only definitives I have so far are Fate of Cognizance, It Has to Be Sometimes, and 434. The rest I might have to just see which ones. But that was this compilation. 25 tracks. Thank you all for watching. This has been your boy Joe. Make sure to support the producers that took part in the making of this compilation. Especially follow them up on all platforms if they are up and coming. Best label out, best label in the scene. Make sure to follow my socials if you enjoyed the vid. Follow my Discord. I did it again. Join my Discord. Follow my Twitter as well as everything else for news and updates. And yeah, bro. Sick cover art too, by the way. Almost forgot to mention the lightning and shit. I'll see you on the next vid.